How to get consulting clients from LinkedIn. So, if you're looking to get clients and you are an IT consultant, a financial advisor, an agency owner, a freelancer, B2B consultant, a coach, or any other business looking for B2B clients, you are in the right place. In this video, I'm going to take you from point A, where you have no idea how to get clients, to point B, where you know exactly what to do to land your biggest B2B contracts. Moreover, I will show you how to get clients with predictable inbound and outbound process, and of course, paid ads that you can use even with smaller budget. In fact, if you watch this video till the end, you will see each and every step of my funnel that attracts high paying clients every day while I do what I love, and that is drink mate in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And if that's not interesting, well, close this video now because I really don't want to waste your time. Final point, this is not for getting rich quickly. The stuff can take a while to get going, so you have to trust yourself and the process. Or reach out to me for help if you're stuck or want to move a lot faster. Now, well, ready? Let's go. So, how to get consulting clients from LinkedIn? Here are some important figures before we kick off. 50% of US LinkedIn users earn over $75,000 every single year. LinkedIn has twice the buying power compared to an average online audience. As a result, LinkedIn is the best platform for getting high paying B2B clients. LinkedIn content production is growing by 60% every single year. Yet, still only 1% of active users produce content consistently. So it makes a lot of sense to publish things on LinkedIn. Now, B2B sales cycle can take for a long time and can take a long while, can last for a few months, and it takes approximately 7 touch points before converting a prospect, which means we have to build a system that encourages these touch points and makes it easy to maintain contact with potential clients. So based on all of these figures, this is the system that I'm going to show you how to build for yourself. So, how does getting an ideal client actually look like? Let's work backwards. Now, a client that falls in your ideal customer profile, ICP, I'll be using this term a lot for this presentation, says yes on a strategy call and you're getting paid, you're all excited, everything's wonderful. Awesome. Before before that, you talk to them on a discovery call. So this is a quick call where you just make sure that you're in the right boat, that you're looking for, that they're looking for what you have to offer, and so on and so forth. Before that, they see your content and see its value. That's on LinkedIn. And before that, you build rapport by talking to them via direct messages. Points 3 and 4, they go interchangeably. Yes, and sometimes they see your content first, sometimes you reach out to them first with the direct messages, whatever it is, like these two interchange. Before that, however, they accept your connection request after seeing your profile. Before that, well, you find them using your ideal customer profile and send a connection request. Number 7, before that, you optimize your LinkedIn page based on your ideal customer profile. So as you can see, all of these steps, they make a lot of sense put together once you look at them from, going backwards. So getting consultant clients from LinkedIn really boils down to these 4 components. First is optimizing your LinkedIn page based on your ideal customer profile. Then creating a standard operating procedure for outbound lead generation business development. Then you want to set up a process for regular publishing of content, and that's used for inbound leads. Finally, you want to eventually build a funnel for educating your audience, so to drag them through your education, yeah, materials, and make sure that they actually make the action that you desire them to do, and that is a book a call with you afterwards. And all of these steps I'm covering in this specific video. What I'm not covering in this video is the actual sales calls and closing because they're an animal of their own. On to the first step, optimizing your LinkedIn page based on your ICP. So I'm going to go through the following steps right now pretty quickly, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about using the example of my profile. The first one is profile picture, and I always call people to use what is called Duchenne smile. And this is a particular type of smile used by Hollywood actors and politicians. So it's a very open, inviting, and type of a smile that portrays you as being a very trustworthy person, and that's important for business because the first thing that people look at when they check out your profile is your photo. It's just that's how our minds work. We naturally always look for a face, so the face is very very important. So trustworthy, good lighting, and you will see an example in a few moments. Next is the banner, LinkedIn. And you don't need to overcomplicate it here, but it needs to have certain aspects of being legitimate. So having type of a social proof there is very important. So if you've been some events, you've been a speaker, you can feature an image if it's a good one when you're talking in front of a large crowd, like a crowd of audience, whatever it is. If you've been featured in some publications in the past, definitely put them on as well because they are there to support you, and you have to use them. Last but not least is the CTA call to action. I'll be using this a lot as well. CTA is important for people because once you tell them what to do, they're more likely to do it, especially on the profile because you're all over the place. You're checking out the profile, you have no idea where to go. And if there is a CTA at every step in the profile, you will see that in the moment makes it so much easier for the person. Instead of thinking what they should be doing, you literally tell them, do this, do this, do this. And I know it sounds like, we're treating people as they're really stupid, but in reality is that that's how our brains operate. We don't want to think. We want to be told what to do and just do it. And a lot of our daily actions are actually nothing to do with conscious decisions, they're just habits. So, headline is the first sentence that LinkedIn allows us to put after our name. So this is the first thing people read after reading the name. So it should contain your call out for your ideal customer profile, your ICP. Then a form of an offer and deliverables should be placed out there. And then again, CTA, what you want them to do. And what you want them to do is go and click your custom link. And this is the parameter of LinkedIn page that like absolutely like so few like very few people use this thing, and it's just so important because it's the first, like the way it's located, this link up there in the profile, you see it in a moment. It's up there, it's very easy for people to click, and it makes a lot of sense. So you really want to link to your funnel where you channel your ideal clients to. Create a mode, this is important, needs to be turned on. You just turn it on once and it works, operates. The featured section is the next section. So you want to have your CTA once again, call to action and social proof. And it's important to have them in this sequence. And I explain it why in a moment. And last but not least is the about section. So have your story there, how you came up with what you're doing, and share some industry insights. I like doing that as well. So you want to educate people as they go through your profile and have a CTA once again, call to action. There are more parts of the parameter like endorsements, education, where you worked in, and whatever your hobbies. They're not really that important. Yeah. So these seven components are the most important aspects of your profile. Everything that is out there, the rest doesn't really matter that much. Here's my profile. So let's go through it right away. Number one, here's my way of seeing like what the Duchenne smile is all about. As you can see, I'm smiling. I have a good smile here. I'm smiling with my eyes as well. The light is really good as well. So this is not a professional photo, which means I didn't have to go to like a studio to have it done. I have a pretty good light setup back at where I'm at. So I took this photo. I made some adjustments with Canva. You can actually like make your skin tone a little bit better, so it looks a little bit more attractive. And you can make these adjustments in Canva. It's pretty easy. Number two, the banner. So I've written, as you can see, don't have any photo like me performing in front of a large crowd of an audience, and so I don't have this opportunity to show my, have a form of social proof and legitness and position in this manner. However, I can still write something out there, and I'm saying basically I'm calling out my target audience, anybody who's looking for B2B clients. And if you're looking to provide for yourself, for your family, and be happy, and these are the components which are important to me, you're in the right place. Learn more below. So I'm telling them what to do. Learn more below. Then I've got these three companies here. So I've been featured in every one of those. I actually have the links to prove that. Yeah. So my name is there, and this I've been featured there for some of the stuff that I've done in the past, so that's why I have them here. Number three, it's the headline. Yeah. So again, I'm calling out my target audience, anybody who's looking for B2B clients, and I'm telling them exactly what to do. Click, learn more, link below. And learn more link number four, it's right there. Yeah. So learn more. So people click it and then they end up in my funnel. And as I mentioned, if you watch this video till the very end, you will see exactly every single step of my funnel, the one that attracts high paying clients every single day. So that's it for this part of the profile. Next is this, if you scroll further down, you end up in the resources section. So you have to have your creator mode turned on for some of the components of your profile to operate. So make sure if you're not seeing some of the sections that I've shown you, make sure you have this mode turned on. Then the featured section. So again, if you don't have any content there, it gets activated the moment you add something there by clicking that uh, plus sign to the right. And as you can see, the box on the very left, it says attention. And then if you read down below, it says want more ideal B2B clients. And then I'm basically repeating my offer here. I'm telling them exactly what to do. So the idea here is that you want to have your CTA to be the very first box, because that's just the way LinkedIn app operates. So if somebody's using LinkedIn from mobile, that's the only box they're going to see. Yeah. So you really want to use this space as well to invite people to take the action that you want them to take, and that is to send them to your funnel. Then goes the social proof. So I've got a few testimonials here from the clients that I worked with in the past, and so I have them there as well. And that's it for this section. Now the about section again. So I'm not going. You can pause this video, check it out what I've got written. But the idea is that you educate people a little bit and push them towards making again doing the action that you want them to do, and that is go to my sales funnel, my funnel, which is just following this URL. You learn more, and here I am inviting them to do the action, to make this action. So the idea is that every single part of your profile, it's inviting people to do the same thing, one single thing. You just want them to do one single thing. You don't want to overcomplicate this. You don't want to say, oh, book a scale, like book a call with me or do something. Do one thing, that's it. Just drive them. So if the headline, like if the banner was not enough, the headline might be enough. If the headline was not enough, well, the featured section will be enough. If the featured section hasn't been enough, the about me section would be enough, and so on and so forth. So the idea is to channel people to the same direction every single time. Now, if you need help optimizing your LinkedIn profile, make sure you reach out. The link will be in the description. On to the second step, which is creating a standard operating procedure for outbound lead generation and business development. Why is this so important? Well, because waiting for your clients, for your ideal clients, for your potential clients, knock your door is, in a way, it's wishful thinking. So we have to be there first before everybody's there. And I'll be sharing this statistic as well in the future. But at any moment in time, it's only 3% of people that are actively looking for a service. Actively looking to buy some stuff, looking for a solution. And the absolute majority of people need some additional information. Some of them think that they're not interested. Some of them just need additional education. Yeah. So the idea is that we want to grab that audience by going outbound. And here's how it works. So, and again, I'll be showing you everything. So you have to use a sales navigator for this. You would be creating a list of companies that fit your ideal customer profile. And then you'll be using that to connect with the decision makers inside those companies. And Sales Navigator is a paid tool, but first of all, you can use it free for like 30 days. Yeah. And throughout the trial period, you can send connection requests for up to around like 800 people at 20% conversion rate, which is the standard conversion rate. If you don't use any personalization, just click send request, send request, send request. They convert at 20%. So by the end of the month, you will have approximately 160 people that belong to your ideal customer profile, that fit your ideal customer profile, that are there, and you should be able to close at least one of them. Like, and if you have a high ticket offer, which you should be, yeah, that's yeah, it's a no-brainer. Sales Navigator pays for itself like this. And in essence, it's the source of information that you will not be able to get anywhere else because it's like self-reported, and the way it's all set up, it's really, really brilliant. It's just first-hand information, self-reported, which is wonderful. It's like the most accurate data you can get. So once you have those then set up, you have to start conversations as soon as possible after they accept, after your decision makers accept your conversations. The idea is that they are like, just imagine they got a connection request for you from yourself. Yeah. Then what they do next? Well, who's this guy or girl? They go check out your profile. And then they check out your profile and they're like, okay, they read your optimized stuff, like, they read your headline, they check out your image, they see you've got some social proof, and then thinking to yourselves, yeah, let's see how they, like, I have something like that. I have an issue in this area. Yeah, maybe they can help me, but at the same time, I don't want to be sold, but they seem to be legit. So, okay, accept. And so they've kind of approved you right now in their brain. So you have this kind of like grace period almost. You want to act as quickly as possible and get people to react as quickly as possible because we want to weed out anybody who is open to purchase as soon as possible. And you would know this unless you write to them directly. So try to get them on the phone as quickly as possible as well. And this is so, so important for rapport because once you kind of get on this, once you go um, through this edge, this is almost like the new level where you can save yourself. You had a conversation with this person. So it's a very, very different level of rapport to what you would experience through direct messaging. And my record in this specific case is approximately like 6, 7 minutes. So after 6 or 7 minutes, after I connected with the person, after they accepted my connection request, we were already on the phone. So that really helps big time. And they were looking for a solution already, and then I just ticked all the boxes with my profile, and it was just so, so easy. So make sure you do this. Don't let the profiles hang in there waiting for they'd be seeing your content. No, just go for it. And of course, it's important not to try to sell anything. Yeah, just start a conversation. That's the key. Start the conversation. Don't try to sell anything. Number five is pretty much about that. So educate, joke, touch base, almost like as if they were your friends. Yeah, you don't try to sell your friends right away. Yeah, so you kind of have some form of interaction. You share some important news. You share some funny memes, whatever it is. If they produce content, you have to comment on that content. That's the quickest way to get into their realm and see that you're legit, that you care about what they do, and so on and so forth. So again, people like they create content for the specific reason to, get some reactions, get some comments as well. So if you're doing this, that's like the easiest thing to make it work for them. Number six, again, so B2B sales cycle can take a while, so you have to trust the process. So doing all these things, touching base, educating, really just trust the process, keep this process going, talk to people. They're on their own schedule. Yeah, they will be ready when they're ready, and that's important to understand. It's not about you; it's about them because, well, they're the ones who are paying you money at the end of the day. So it's really, really important to be there when they're ready, and you be there by constantly touching base. That's the idea. And to show you how it's all done. So this is the dashboard of Sales Navigator inside. If you look to the left, you will see a bunch of filters that I'm using. So I'm using two filters here because I mean, they work pretty well. So all I care about is the company headcount. So in this case, I've got 1 to 10, and then the headquarters location, United States for me in this regard. There are other filters that you can use. I don't use them that frequently. For example, you can use annual revenue, but it's kind of inaccurate, especially on the lower end. Number of followers doesn't mean much. Department headcount might mean a lot for bigger companies, and recent activities can be interesting. So if they're posting any jobs, stuff like this. And if you look to the right side of the screen right now, you will see on the I'm basically using the search bar here, and it says IT consultant, not in all caps, recruiting. So basically, here I'm asking LinkedIn to find any company that described itself as IT consultant and I asked LinkedIn to take out any company that included the word recruiting in their about the company section, about in the description section of the company. So this filter is really, really accurate because essentially you just find anyone, any company who is exactly what you're looking for, exactly if they fit your ideal customer profile. Just so, so easy. And I highly recommend you find the companies first instead of looking for people because of just the way LinkedIn operates. Because yeah, B2B, you're ultimately working to work with the companies, even though, of course, you will be reaching out to decision makers, which I'll show you in a moment. But you want to find the company first. It just helps to keep the things a lot more organized. Once you've got your companies, you are going to go through them one by one and basically discover the decision maker. And again, you can pinpoint decision makers pretty easily, even if your companies have like hundreds of people working in them. You can find decision makers pretty easily with these filters. So that's it. That's the idea. So once you find them, you connect with them, you start a conversation, and yeah, take it to the sale. Business development, outbound lead generation. This is what it's all about. If you need help setting up this outbound system, reach out. The link is in the description. Number three, setting up a process for regular publishing. So by now we've touched the optimizing your LinkedIn profile. So you already have that. You already know what to do to reach out to your ideal customer profile, how to find them, and using Sales Navigator, and especially some tricks when it comes to direct messages. Now, we also want to tap into producing content, which would help us to build this relationship further with those people that we reach out to, yeah, to begin with, and generate some inbound leads. Yeah. Now, how to do this? First of all, you have to go and check out what your competitors are doing. Yeah. So find the competitors that post the content and see what posts stick. Because if they spend some time on LinkedIn, you can see what's been working. Like you can check out the format, you can check out the topics, you can see how they spin it, like what sort of content is that. Go to competitors, check it out. There are similar patterns, obviously, on LinkedIn, which I'm going to mention now in a moment. But you want to see like if there's something specific because every niche is a little bit different. So you want to see what works best in your specific area. Publish content once a day at anywhere between 7 to 9 a.m. local time. I recommend if you can just sit down and schedule anywhere from 3 to 7 posts once a week. You can use LinkedIn's built-in scheduler. It's pretty basic, but it does the trick. So if you do that once a week, it's the best because you really don't want to. Because getting in the zone takes a moment. Yes, you really want to get in the zone, like schedule everything for a week ahead, and then off you go. Do your stuff afterwards. Um, that's the idea. You don't want to post more often than once a day, just because the way LinkedIn algorithm works, it's not Facebook. So post once, and that's it. Some formats work better for reach. Right now, carousels still work pretty good. Yeah, if you post a carousel, it tends to have a wider reach for some reason, whereas others work better for trust. So you might post video, it might not get as much reach, but people see yourself, people see how you interact, like you're watching this video right now, and it builds a little bit more trust because it's just the way we operate. Once you start publishing content, of course you can just go with simple text. It doesn't matter. Keep it simple. Pull out your ideal customer profile. So, for example, I posted for IT consultants yesterday. So I just say IT consultants, and then I'm saying, and then I'm giving value and closing up with a call to action with a CTA. So I say, hey, IT consultants, here are 3 tips for you to make LinkedIn work a lot better to reach more potential clients. And you give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And then I say, well, if you need some help with, setting up the system, DM me. I'll be there to help you out. Let's have a chat. That's the idea. So keep it very, very simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Number 5, once a week, and this is so important. Once a week, publish what I call an offer post. So you're not going to give much value in this post, but instead, what you're doing is that you are talking to a very specific type of audience, and essentially you're pitching them. You're saying, okay, this is, hey guys, a very specific type of an audience. Hey, IT consultants, this is exactly what I can do for you. 1, 2, 3. These are the results that you're gonna get. Are you interested? Let's have a chat. DM me. That's the idea. So The purpose of this post is that, first of all, like, you're preparing people with your content, with your valuable content throughout the week. You're giving them value, and then they see that like, you're giving them all this value. They see this stuff, and then they're like, "Oh man, this guy's good." But if you never make an offer, if you never roll out there, never make an offer, this stuff is not going to, like, people react to offers. That's really important to understand. So if you're not making one, you're losing out. So you're building all this rapport, you're building all this goodwill, and then all of a sudden there is nothing happening. Your competitors will be there before you. So you want to make sure you're posting this once, maybe twice a week, depending on your schedule, how frequently you're posting useful, valuable content. But you want to make this happen every so often. It's very, very important. And this, with this post, this is when you start getting clients. It's fascinating. Here are some tricks. If you direct message your potential client and then publish the post, they might more likely to see it. It's crazy because they don't need to reply to your message. So you can literally tell LinkedIn who you want this post to see, and DM all these guys, like, say, "Hey, how's the weather in wherever you are?" And LinkedIn is more likely to show what you're about to post to them simply because you reached out to them with a direct message. That's how it operates, at least now. And if you comment on a few posts before posting, your reach is more likely to go up as well. So let's suppose that your ideal clients, ideal potential clients, are posting content. So if you go out there, well, not only is commenting is good for, building that report, showing them some love and doing all these things, it also helps the algorithm, because LinkedIn wants to be a social network, and social network really should encourage its visitors for interaction with other people. That's just the way it is. Again, if you need some help setting up your content system, reach out to me. The link is in the description. Last but not least, guys, this point is just so, so important. To make the whole system work for you, you have to build a funnel for educating your audience and weeding out the people that do not fit your ideal customer profile. This is both a science and an art, especially once you start using cold ads, but it really is really, really important. This is something that you want to go to yourself in the future. Yeah. Even if you have all these other systems set up, because this stuff is really good. This is when you can scale things. This is when you can not don't need to do much as well. Once you have it set up more or less, of course, you need to make some adjustments and see how it's all going. But it's really, really powerful, this thing. The idea is that you must channel your ideal clients to the action you want them to take, and we've talked about that through the funnel. You have to send them using the call to action, using the CTA all the time, to the action you want them to take. Because only 3% of the audience are looking for a solution to buy. And I mentioned that this comes from Chet Holmes' Buyer's Pyramid. 3% of the market are looking for a solution to buy in any moment in time. And the rest are out there. Yeah, they're not really actively searching. So the goal is to find those 3%. And we've been doing this already with our outbound strategy, and educate the other 37%. And this is the 37% comes from Chet Holmes' pyramid once again. So there's 3% looking for a solution, 7 are kind of looking, yeah, and 30 would be looking if they're aware they've got this problem, but it's not really on top of their mind first, yeah. But all this audience is still open to purchasing. They're just at a different degree of readiness, so to speak. So the 3%, we're weeding out the 3% using the outbound strategy. Yeah, we're sending DMs and seeing who is ready, who's more open to purchasing whatever we have. And we're educating the other 37% with the content that we publish. We also interact with them, and we're just getting more familiar. And I don't know if you know about this, but say in politics, there is this interesting bias that people have. They're more likely to vote for somebody who's just more familiar to them than to somebody they don't know, even if the other person that they don't know has politics that they find more suitable for themselves. So it's fascinating the way it works. So we're always picking, almost more likely to pick something that is more familiar. It's like, when you travel somewhere, you go to some other country, and then you're trying to find some place where you want to eat, but then you're like, you see McDonald's, and because you're familiar with it, you just go for McDonald's. So that's a similar strategy that you want to be using. You want to build up this level of familiarity, between yourself and your potential clients. Now, to do all this, you can also use what is called VSL, video sales letter, and the call schedule is a good option. So you would have a VSL funnel. It's a very basic funnel. People use it all the time. Works pretty well. So they check out your video and basically schedule a call. So VSL is also a way to educate your ideal audience and weed out anybody who doesn't fit your ideal customer profile, and of course invite those 3% that are almost ready to buy, of course take the action, um, and schedule a call with you as a result. And VSL funnel is very basic. It looks like this. There's a landing page, yeah, so something that people see right away when they land. And again, watch this video further. I'll be showing this right in a moment. Then it goes to the free training page. The free training, the video sales letter, lasts for anywhere from 6 to 12 minutes, maybe a little bit longer sometimes. And then it invites the person to schedule a call with yourself. And then it goes to the thank you page. And each of those pages, each of these actions, they are tracked by conversion pixels. Yeah. So if you can be running Google ads, or you can be running LinkedIn ads, or Facebook ads, or YouTube ads, whatever that is, they can all be tracked. And this is how you track how much is a lead, how much does it end up being. So this stuff it can be pretty complicated. Yeah. And it can take a while to build up because it's it takes some budget and variation. You have to know what you're doing, and it can be quite tricky to build up because there's a lot of moving parts that you want to put together, and yeah, but it works really well. So the idea is that, like, this thing that I mentioned, if you run cold ads to it, it's really expensive. Yeah. So the first thing to make it a lot cheaper, and this is something I mentioned at the very start. I'll show you um, how to run more budget ads to this. You have to build a retargeting audience from people that visit your website. Yeah. So if you have a website with organic traffic, or you're getting some traffic through some referral traffic, whatever it is, if you have a website with a traffic, you are sitting on the gold mine right now, because 99 whatever it is percent of people visit your website, don't do they don't they don't do any action there. So they don't follow whatever you want them to do, because they just visit the website. Maybe you have some content that is ranking, whatever it is, but they don't convert. So the goal is to then create a retargeting audience. So basically everybody who checked out your website but haven't booked a call with you, and then use some ads to get your ideal customers to the landing page. Yeah, here to the landing page, and then retarget people that did not sign up for a call with you, so they didn't end up in a thank you page, with testimonials. Yeah, so people visit your website, they don't do anything there, leave their website, and all of a sudden, say on LinkedIn, they start seeing ads that specifically call them out using specific format, and then they invite them to check out whatever you have on the landing page. And some of them, because you're calling out a very specific type of an audience, they kind of like self-select, and then they go to the landing page, they check it out, and some of them will sign up. They go through the free training, they click schedule, and some of them will schedule calls with you. And if they don't schedule, if they end up on the schedule page, for example, and they don't schedule the actual call, you start retargeting them. So you start showing them other ads where you have all those testimonials from your previous clients, where they show, yeah, man, you should really, make this move and just go for it. It's totally worth it. So that's the idea. That's how the simple funnel operates. This stuff takes a while to set up. Once you set it up, it's almost like automatic. Once again, you check it out maybe once a week or twice a week. This works really well. So this is the time for me to show you. So this is something I've been promising you from the very start. These are the steps of my funnel, of what it looks like right now as I'm recording this video. Maybe if you watch it later, it'll be a little bit different, but that's how it starts right now. So you've seen this link before. So this is the custom link from LinkedIn profile. Once you click it, you end up on the website, on the landing page, and this is what the landing page looks like. It's very basic. There's a photo of myself wearing a suit. I'm calling out free training for established digital B2B agencies and consultants only. So I'm being very specific with who I'm picking. And I'm saying established as a way to weed out anybody who's just starting out that doesn't have any clients. So for me, it's like because I prefer working with people with referral clients, because once they start looking for some consistency, they knock my door. And then the headline is there. It shows the deliverables, and yeah, pretty much every point is there. And there's this button which says free training, the only orange button on the screen, so it's very easy to see. Once people click it and submit their email, and I want to make it as frictionless as possible. I don't need their first name, just need their email. So once they click it, they end up on the free training page. This is where they treat free training. And then there are two steps. Watch the 12-minute video and book your free call below. People watch the video, schedule the call, click the button, and then they end up on this page, which is basically my calendar. They pick the time, they pick the date, and schedule. Once they schedule, they end up on this page where it says your call has been booked. So this is my thank you page essentially. And here I'm inviting them to be on time. If you need to reschedule, cancel, use the link to do that in your email, and connect with me on LinkedIn. So that's pretty much it. That's how a funnel operates. And it's just so powerful. Here's an example of what exactly I was talking about. And here I'm using remarketing campaign. Remarketing and retargeting are the same thing. And this one is for YouTube. So now you're watching my YouTube video, and chances are you will see my remarketing video later on. And it would say, oh, you've seen this video. How about checking out this thing? And there will be the link to this page, which you will end up at, and you will click it. And this is for a specific time period. And you can see that the cost for this specific time period was like 20, almost 23 euros, like, $25, whatever it is. And I have 4 people that signed up for the free training. So they cost me about like $5-6 for a sign up. Yeah. So I get their email for $6. These are, it might seem like expensive, but these are qualified, self-selected, most of them. Yeah. Self-selected, qualified people that belong to a very specific audience. And my offer is high ticket, so leads like this are quite inexpensive for myself. Last but not least, guys, if you need some help setting up this whole system, this whole thing to make it work for yourself, so you never have to think about client acquisition again, reach out to me. Link is in the description. I hope this video has been of value, and I'll see you in the next one. Go sign up for the channel, by the way, and reach out. The link is in the it's there. It's in the description. Talk to you later.